Right down here is where we're having the problem.
Always to the basement I go, Tom.
Well, that's where the problem is, right over here with the washer and dryer.
So what, you want me to do your laundry now?
I don't need help with the laundry, but I am having a problem with the washer.
Okay.
This is a new washer we bought about 6 months ago, and the old washer didn't have this problem, which is when the fill cycle ends, we hear this banging noise throughout the pipes.
I've heard that before. Can you make it happen now?
I think we can.
That wasn't too bad. Try it again. Oh boy, that would keep you up at night, wouldn't it?
It will.
Okay, well what that is a thing called water hammer. Okay, let me take you through it. Hot and cold comes through this valve right here, through the hoses. When the washing machine asks for water, full water pressure comes through the hoses to fill this drum. When it's filled, that valve shuts off, and it shuts off fast. Boom, suddenly it shuts right off. Now all that water pressure, all that inertia that was in the water, it has no place to go. It hits this wall, which is the closed valve. Where does all that energy go? It's like a shock wave, and it goes back the other way. And now it works its way back through all the piping, any of it that's loose in the building.
So that's what we're hearing.
Right. And what happens is very often it's on a washing machine, it might be on a dishwasher, or sometimes it's in a toilet tank, too, that shuts off too quickly. But there is a quick fix that I can get you in the truck.
Okay.
Tom, I have brought you along a couple of water hammer arresters. Think about them as shock absorbers for this washing machine. They look like this. There's one for the hot and one for the cold. And they'll be installed right here between the valve and the hoses. Now think about what happens. I brought a cutaway to help understand it. Inside, there's an air charge on this side, there's a bladder or diaphragm, and there's water on this side. And so in normal position, it looks like this. Now, when the washing machine calls for water, there's a drop in pressure on this water side, so what the bladder does? It drops this way. Now, when the valve shuts off, it shuts off quickly. And now that shock wave coming back the other way now suddenly comes back against this bladder, and what's it do? It goes against that air charge. It just bounces like a shock absorber until the energy's gone.
So these two little things are what's going to solve the problem?
Absolutely. Now, in years past, they were only available in the type of connection that would have required cutting the copper piping, soldering it, and it meant you had to call a plumber. But now they've made a homeowner-friendly one, so friendly that you're going to come do it, all right?
All right.
It starts by shutting the water off right here at the valve. Now, Tom, we're going to remove these hoses, but before we do, I'd like you to take this marker and just label hot and cold. The left-hand one, H, and the right cold, and that means we'll get those hoses back in the right spot later. So now, with the water pump pliers, let's loosen the nuts. I've got the valve off, but there's going to be a little water in this, so just, yeah, the wrench right there, and just go counterclockwise, yeah. There's a little bit of water in there, probably. Okay. Okay, now it's probably loose, right? And, okay, and just some of that water will now drop in the bucket when we put them both in there. Good. Just take them down low. Good. Now the hose connection will be replaced by this one. You can see the washer right here, and that'll install right onto the valve. The hose will reinstall on this end of the fitting, but in between there's a T, which will accept our water hammer arrestor. I need a little bit of Teflon tape on this to make a tight connection. Just go around. Pull it tight. You got to pull it tight as you do it. Pull. Okay, nice and tight, about 3 reps. Go around. One more time. Now pull it. Good. Okay, now I make it up with 2 pipe wrenches or pliers. Okay, tight but not too tight. We don't want to strip it. All right, so we're ready to go. So you're going to put both of these on and snug them up. Leave them in the upright position, I think is best. Okay, now you want to snug that down. A little too small, sorry. Okay, good. Again, don't over tighten. And that's for the cold side. Tom, let's loosen that hot and put it off to the side a little bit. There. Okay, right about there. Okay. Now let's bring our hoses back up. Aren't you glad we marked them?
Absolutely.
Okay, snug them up. Righty-tighty. And just hold back so that the T's don't spin too much. Yep, right there. Yep, go. Good. And don't over tighten that. You're just trying to compress that rubber wash so you don't really have to kill it. Good. I think we're ready to turn on the water. So spin that blue dial forward. Ready? Good. Now it's time for the test. Okay, all set with the drop cloth?
Let's see how we did.
How you did, actually.
How I did.
Yeah. All right, let's put it into fill mode. It's filling now. Now when you hit that stop button, it's going to close that valve again, suddenly.
Whoa, nice and quiet.